So this 60,000 euros just for this. With all the
60,000 euros.
Yes, just for this.
Okay.
The driver gets 3 of them per weekend as well.
3 of them?
3, yeah, each. So we will have 6 in total here this weekend. And then obviously Lewis and Charles will they will have their own configurations as well. So it might look the same, but they have buttons in different positions as well. On the back here, so you have the clutch. We can also show you actually here from the begin with. So you got SV Sebastian Vettel, 1418-05, which will be his, and then also FIA approved. So this is all the real one. But on the back, yeah, you have the clutch to begin with to get into first gear. Then you go up on the gears and then down on the back. This is how you connect it to the car. So once this connects, the screen will light up, and then you can see everything on from there. You then got buttons on the back here, so you have them on the right and the back here. Now this will be used for something called the brake bias. So it's the percentage from front to rear brakes. So if they go further to the front, we'll obviously be they'll be able to brake a bit later, and if they go to the back, then it will push them towards the rear. So you have to balance it a lot. Obviously in turn 1, you brake quite hard. When you go to turn 3, it's slightly less. So you have to manage the brake bias from that. You've then got the toggles here. These are for the flaps as well on the car. This is also again for a preset button which the driver can program from here. They can use on here as well. Yeah.
Why does he need 3 per weekend?
In case there is a problem, sometimes, like, I don't know if you saw in FP1 there was a problem with the Williams car and he didn't go out because and they changed the steering wheel and it was okay. So sometimes there is a function. This is almost the brain of the car. Without this you cannot drive the car. You have no battery or anything. So you have everything from here. You also have this is the neutral button on the front, pit limiter, the pit confirm on the right hand side. So when they come in to make sure the team knows if they arrive in the pit lane there is nobody there, it's a disaster. So this is how they confirm. You have the radio, so you press, you talk. When you're on the radio you can do that. You then also have the charge button here. This steering will be slightly different to the one currently because we have obviously the new regulation. So this is from nearly 8 years ago now. So, but it's still very, very similar. You have the oil button here as well, so they can top up the oil while they're driving around in the car. You've got the differential in and the differential in the middle of the corner, so they can adjust the differential, the torque going through the rear wheels as well, and how that can help with traction and when the car's loose, so you can do that. You then also got the brake shape, so this is more from wet to dry conditions. In the wet, you will hit the brake a lot harder and hold it a lot longer, so you can adjust the shape of the brake on the graph. And then also here with the traction, with the engine torque. So you only have 4 engines throughout the whole year. If you're running in maximum torque using the maximum battery, you're going to have a problem by the end. On the right here, you have engine braking. So you would have heard last week, Isaac Hadjar, he had a big problem with the drivability of the car. So when he was going into the hairpins, the car was pushing on the engine. So that was all to do with sort of the engine braking. So yeah, he would have had to adjust a lot of this, and then the team were adjusting a few programs to help with that situation. You then have SOC, which is state of charge. So state of charge of the battery. So if they go to 12, that will be maximum charge rate. So they will be slower because they're harvesting the energy to use the boost on the exit of the corner. So that's the state of charge. 1 is obviously maximum charge rate. 1 is the minimum charge rate, so they're using flat out. 12 maximum charge rate. You then got all these buttons in the center. Now these are all your engine modes. So I could sit here and talk to you for hours about these engine modes, and also they don't let me know the engine modes anyway because it's secret information, so we can't do that. But this is all of the presets of those engine modes. So for example, you have the race mode, the box mode, so when they're coming into pit, they want to overcut or undercut a car in front, they will put everything in the max mode to try and do a fast lap in. X is one that the driver can choose, so the one that he prefers. You have the formation lap, you have the fast lap. This is all for race modes. These are the qualifying modes here. So you have the warm-up lap, the push lap and the slow lap. So in qualifying, you don't want to be using all of them engine mode. Try and save the engine as much as possible. You can use that there. You then got FS6, FS4 and FS2. These are all the fuel save modes. So when they're trying to save the fuel in the race, obviously trying to make the fuel last as well, they will use these as well, different modes. All of this bottom row here, this is not on the new steering wheel, this is on the old steering wheel. But this is basically feedback back to the team without saying on the radio. If they said on the radio, we pit in 4 laps, everyone can hear that. All the communication is available to everybody on the grid. So it used to be a way of communicating. So this was like phase of the race. Are they going to stay on the plan A, plan B or plan C? Extreme wet, intermediate tires. engine performance, and also wind direction as well. So they can adjust that depending on how the car is rotating in the middle of the corner. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much every button. This used to be the DRS button as well. Obviously we don't have DRS anymore. It's all of the boost modes and also the straight line mode as well. So yeah, that used to be there. You used to get a beep in the headset, then they could activate it, but obviously not there anymore. But yeah, that's pretty much everything.